Hey guys, today we're doing a new what if called What If Deku was experimented on, part 1. So, when Deku was a child, he was diagnosed with a quirk called perfect immortality. This quirk allows him to adapt to anything perfectly, making him immortal and eternal youth, and he will stop aging at the age of 20. So, the doctor, who's actually working for All For One, he told All For One that, and All For One sent assassins to kill his mother and get Izuku to experiment. The assassins came to Izuku's house, killed Inko, sorry mama, Inko, rip, and they took Izuku into their secret lair. They put him in a tube. And start forcing quirks into him. Time skip. Izuku was 4 years old at that time. He's now 16. He's now 16. Yeah, it's been 12 years. He's been forced with lots of quirks, and these are the quirks he has. He has a muscle densing quirk. That basically means his muscles are densed down to make him look lean and not make him look like muscular. And the second quirk was a quirk that the user didn't want and thought it was useless. The quirk made the user have muscles that was too big for him. That were literally 100. That was the size of a building, a 5-story building. When he got the quirk, he tried to commit suicide. All For One found him and took his quirk. And well, now Deku has it, and his muscles are super compressed. And he grows muscles super quickly. Just by doing regular things, by walking, he can grow 1 pound of muscle. Another thing he has in his quirk is called Miasma. Basically, he breathes poison. That's why he's wearing a gas mask. It makes sure his breaths do not kill everyone. And he can control the miasma perfectly. Okay. Also, he has the ability of Lightning King. It was a quirk found back 100 years ago. The quirk allowed the person with his eyes, allowed him to smite people with lightning, and also control clouds and basically go on clouds and use lightning. He's the reason there was a Zeus mythology. His children kept on having OP quirks, and they were just called gods until they died off. And well, people stopped believing in them. Sorry for cutting out. I am back. I just had to go do something for like an hour, so I forgot most of it. But I remember his abilities. Yeah, I was talking about how quirks came from gods. How, like, the Greek gods were just people with quirks, the first quirk users. Anyway, so Deku has another ability. His eyes have a quirk called Analyze. It allows Deku to look at something and analyze every feature of it, and everything is used to make that thing. Basically, the description of all of it. Joshua, can you shut up? My God. My little brother. Anyway, so.
Yeah. And I told you from.
Oh my God. Anyway, so.
I told you from 2 people.
Anyway, so. This is what would happen. He's been experimented on. His body has been experimented to the point where you could possibly wonder if he's human anymore. He looks human, don't get me wrong, But if you look at his DNA, it will just be so rapid and changing that you won't even consider him human anymore. And he's 16 and there's 4 years, and let's say he was at college. For 4 years straight, they've been torturing him, making him train, and making him assassinate. Right now, he's the best assassin in the world and has been training for 4 years and being tortured. He has gone emotionless. Yes, and in that 4 years, they were making a quirk for him. A quirk that will make him super deadly to kill All Might. This is basically the replacement for the no move that's going to happen in USJ. And this was the eyes of Oblivion. Basically, Deku has the choice of turning you to stone and then like looking at you and turning you back into stone, or just turning you to dust instantly by just looking at you. And you can do that to anything. And that's what they're going to use to kill All Might. So, we go to the USJ attack. Hello. All the villains come out, all the low tier villains. Then Shigaraki comes out, then Kurogiri comes out, then Deku comes out. And as soon as he comes out, Bakugo, cause Bakugo and them were friends, he'll say, "What? Izuku? Izuku?" Let's say the assassination took 1 week to prepare, Bakugo called him Deku because he literally had he thought his quirk was trash, so he called him Deku. He said, "Deku?" Surprised. And Deku would not answer. Because they've been putting chips into his brain, trying to make him forget all of his memories. He only has 1 memory left. It's a memory of a kid with blonde hair and with an explosion quirk. No, a kid with blonde hair and him playing around. That's the only thing he remembers. And he remembered the kid calling him Deku once. And when he called him Deku, it would have made him remember. Him remembering, he would have literally just used his dark release, used the shadows, and strangled all the villains, killing them instantly. And Kurogiri and Shigaraki, well, they dipped as soon as they saw him break out there. They dipped. And they told All For One, and All For One was pissed because he has something. All For One added a quirk to him that nobody knew of. It was a quirk that was extremely precious to All For One, and he trusted Deku with it, because Deku's been obedient for the 4 years, and made All For One's basically right-hand man. And this quirk, I will tell you it later, but it has something to do with its eyes. I want you to guess in the comments, what is the quirk? Because it's going to make him OP more. Anyway, so everyone's surprised and everyone's on guard because they see the gas mask, and then they realize that he's the gas mask murderer. And his nickname is called the Grim Reaper, since whoever dares even defy him will just die instantaneously by just looking into his eyes. So, Bakugo, he would not be scared and would just run up to Deku. And I need you guys to give him a quirk for his hands, because I have an idea of the quirk, but I need him to have a quirk in his hands for this to work. Wait, no, I'll just do it. He has gloves for a special reason, and the reason is one of his quirks. One of his quirks was called Midas quirk. Basically, anything he touched turned to gold, and All For One's using this to supply his entire thing. And he has thousands of billions of dollars. Now that Izuku's gone, he's pissed and take off the eye thing. We don't need no eye thing. He's already OP as is. And time for us to go in. So, All Might will break through the door and be like, "I am here," and we'll look at Izuku and All Might had actually faced off, And All Might would know that Izuku's power was stronger than him, but he's always holding back. That's because of the special chip in his brain telling him never to go at full power. Because one time he accidentally destroyed an island, and Off One covered it up using a lot of money. And that was him before the training, so he's stronger than that. And let's say he could destroy at 50% of his power. Let's say he could destroy like a couple buildings, like All Might, like not at All Might level, because I'm not gonna make him that OP. But like if he masters quirk, he'll be able to like destroy the world if you actually think about it. Especially that golden hands thing, because he can just touch the earth and turn everyone into gold. Yeah, he's mastered all the quirks. He just needs a push, a push to like fully master the quirk. He knows all the capabilities. He just needs that push to fully master it and become that OP. Anyway, so All Might will come out, and Bakugo, he just sees Bakugo hugging him, crying, and he just sees Izuku just there patting his head. Anyway, so the sip in this one's gonna be Momo, because yeah. Anyway, so Momo will walk up and say, and then ask him if he has a place to stay, and he'll say no, and she'll say, you can live with me. And Bakugo, he will pull him to the side and say, I see you're already on the hunt. And Izuku, being the dumb anime protagonist he is, will not understand that, because he's basically never been anywhere for 20 years, for 16 years, so yeah. He'll be like, what is that? He said, Bakugo's like, you poor thing. And he'll just push him and just let him go with Momo. So, he'll just come back to Momo's house, and they'll be like, Momo, and Momo's parents will be like, oh, Momo, who is this? And he'll say, oh, it's the Grim Reaper. And they'll be like, you mean the Grim Reaper gas mask killer? And they're like, why would you bring him into our house? And he said, oh, no, he was being controlled by the League of Villains. And they'll be like, okay, so why is he here? He said, well, I kind of offered him to come to my house, so yeah. And, well, they'll just give him a room. And let's say the house has a train facility, a big one. And, well, Deku will come out there, and the parents will come out there just to see Deku's capabilities. And they will have a quirk assessment doctor always there to assess the quirk power of a person. And, well, the power of a person. And the doctor will look at Izuku, and then he would go into a coma for a month. A month has passed, and the doctor came back up, and they've been doing regular things. And in a week, it's gonna be the sports festival. So the doctor will wake up, and then they'll be like, "What's his potential and his strength?" And he says, His potential was infinite. His strength was almost near All Might's. It's like 1,000. It's like 50% away from All Might, but like at his prime, because they are keeping up with the times and know that All Might's weaker. Because let's say there's a person in the family who became a hero, and he's very high ranking. Let's say he's like the number 10th hero. And well, he knows about the injury because he's He's one of All Might's best friends. So he would have told them about the injury, and then the doctor would say, he's at 60% All Might as prime. And All Might comes to the house once in a while, once a month, to catch up on the household, and he'll walk in right as soon as the doctor says that. And All Might will be surprised. But he's not gonna get All Might's quirk, because the person who got All Might's quirk was Momo. Yes. Gender equality. Anyway, so her quirk is now she's able to create anything without having it to come from her body. She just has to think of it, and it'll create from in a 100-meter surrounding area. Her quirk is gotten that strong, and she can use 50% of One for All full cowling, because she has a lot of training. Because she's rich. Anyway, so All Might will be like, wow, he's very strong. And Momo will be like, yeah, I didn't expect that. I'm not even at you. And Momo, wait a minute. Let's think about, I'm gonna go on a rant for a little bit. All Might's 100% is 50% of Momo's. So I'm gonna need to say, so I can know with all the quirks, Izuku should be stronger. He has infinite potential because of all the quirks and all the potential he has. If he gains his emotions back, the potential is limitless. And his emotions are like a seal, basically. The more and more emotion he gets back, the more and more stronger he'll get. And well, he's close to unlocking one emotion, and that emotion is the emotion of happiness. It's a fairly weak emotion. It's like the first seal, but it'll give him a power boost. And happiness is kind of different from others. Happiness, you'll just think, oh, he has everything. He doesn't really need to do anything. He's content with things. His happiness have two forms. One, the thing I just told you, and the battle happiness. They're the same thing, but very, very distinct. Because if you battle happiness is actually stronger than regular happiness. Anyway, so Izuku just will have this urge to train out for some reason. Even though he's strong, he just has an urge to train, so he doesn't slack behind Momo. And a week, and let's say they gave them a week off for them to prepare for the sports festival. Okay, so a week later, him and Momo have been training, and Momo has mastered 65%. No, she's mastered 70% of One for All full cowling. Yes. She almost got that 100, and you already know, once she masters that 100, you already know that every back thing is just gonna be forever. And she already OP, and Deku is stronger than her because of, his determination and his excelled training ethic. Since he doesn't really need to sleep, eat, or do anything like that because, his body adapt to that because they've been starving him and making sure he doesn't drink any water because they wanted to see if they can make him adapt to stuff so he doesn't have to do anything like that. And, they've basically sleep deprived him, literally made him not be able to drink, eat, or anything like that. So, Izuku and Momo will be at the same thing, and because of this week, he began to know Momo a lot, and they have formed a kind. And Momo has formed and Deku has formed a crush on each other, and he's awakened his first emotion, the emotion of love. And this will give him a power boost. And I scrapped that, not a power boost, it'll give him a morale boost, and the morale boost will make his potential, every time he works harder, he'll basically get more and more bang for his buck, like luck. Basically, he'll give him luck, and the luck will make him stronger, because he can use luck like that. Anyway, so, first ability unlocked from that. And this ability is the ability to slow down the time on his body. Is from the immortality. It's slowing down the time on his body. And he's 20, so he stopped aging completely. And his blood. His blood can make a person recover, and if a person drinks a lot of his blood, they can gain eternal youth and his thing. And you might be asking, why did All For not just do that? Well, he did not know that. He knew about the recovery, but he never knew about that. And now it's time for the sports festival. So we'll go to the sports festival, and everything goes in canon. But Momo and Izuku are just destroying the competition. It's not even a fight at this point. Momo is just flicking people and making them literally fail. And now it's time for just a massacre of literally knocking out all their opponents. And for the horse race, like the race where like they had to use people, they just worked together and literally they took like a lot of headbands. Anyway, so they just kept their headband of 10 million points because that's how it works. Anyway, so they defeat everyone in hand-to-hand thing, like when they had the tournament thing. And Senso will be sent into Class 1A, replacing Mineta. Taking out Mineta, because Mineta is a pervert, and we don't need that. We don't need that, especially when Izuku, if he gets mad at the Mineta, if he peeps on Momo, he might kill everyone in the school. And we don't need that now, do we? Yes, and that's what I thought. So they would start the fight, and well, the winner would be Izuku, but it will be really close. Like, they'll both be on the ground, and Izuku would stand up before Momo, and Momo, not having enough strength, would just fall down. As she was using 100% of her power. Not 100% of One For All. No, the power she has. And well, it would be magnificent, beautiful, and everyone will be amazed at this display of power. So, they'll get back home, and well, the Yakurozu family would congratulate Momo and Izuku on Izuku getting first place and Momo getting second place, really close to Izuku. And that was good and dandy. And they had a break for 1 week. In this break for 1 week, Izuku has gained another emotion. His emotion of happiness. Because of the fight and glory of winning, he got the emotion of battle, hungriness of happiness. And also, when Momo congratulated him, he felt content and got the emotion of happiness. And the emotion of happiness has unlocked another portion of his power. The ability sealed off by not the emotions. Becoming emotionless may have given him some strengths, but it took away some powers of immortality, of his immortality quirk, that were sealed because he didn't have emotion. And because he has happiness, now his regeneration, let's say, took like 1 second, now it's instantaneous, and no villain can now use that thing. And also his blood is even more healing, and well, he has more control over his quirks now. Because they're not just going wild because he has no care for them. Okay. So, it's now time for the Wild Wild Pussycat's name. Yeah, the Wild Wild Pussycat's name. Like, they went to, the forest? Yeah, Anyway, so, yeah, Dakota thing, muscular. Okay, now I remember. So, they would have the week off, and well, Momo and Izuku would go on their first date. And well, it went really, really good, actually. And well, congratulations, they're now dating. And you already know, emotion has been unlocked from that, and that is a part of love of Izuku, which is overprotectiveness. That means Mineta, if he comes back to the school, which I will probably do, because he could probably get some dirt on the school, and he got some dirt on the school, and when they're in the training camp, the force thing, and where he saved Koda and Muscular easily, he would come back to see Mineta peeping on Momo. Momo would see that and then put her clothes on by making clothes really quick, and then she'll see Izuku right behind Mineta. And this would be Mineta's reckoning day. And well, UA would say, Mineta, why are you back? And well, the dirt that he had would get debunked, and UA would just accept the dirt, and like, people would be like, so refreshing for someone not to lie to us. And well, that would be it. And well, we would see this happen. They would just, in the Mineta family, they disowned Mineta because he was too much of a pervert. And well, all of humanity did. Like, he would never get a job. And he was just a pervert, too much of a pervert for even the Mineta family to handle. And well, nobody would have cared if he died. And Izuku, murdered this guy horribly. Like, don't get it wrong, he didn't do it in front of Momo. He grabbed Mineta by the head, teleported to an island, and ripped, and I'm gonna have to say something real quick. This is gonna be an 18 plus part where it's gonna have gore. So please, move ahead. This is your final warning. This is gonna have some gore. He rips off Mineta's hairballs, one by one, for 1 hour, and his rage would have made his time stopping ability on his body stretch out for the entire island. It would have been 1 second outside, but 1 hour in there, and it's been an hour outside, and they're back at UA, and then it's like, where's Mineta? He said, he peeped on Momo, and they're like, oh no, I guess we're gonna find Mineta's dead body then. And well, this is what would happen, and don't think that you're safe yet. He would have been ripping out his hair until it stopped growing back, and Mineta's just bleeding from the head on the ground, and Izuku would have Mortal Kombat finished him, grabbing his spine, choking him with his spine, and literally ripping out every organ in his body, every bone, every tendon, every muscle, all of that. And would have strength and would have used his regeneration powers to just regenerate him and keep on doing it all over again for a solid day, for a solid year in there, but a week outside. And well, he would just come back, and then they'll see Mineta there, shivering in fear and pain, saying he doesn't want to be a hero anymore, he's sorry for perving it. And well, 2 minutes later, he would have committed suicide. Cause, well, the prospect of Izuku coming back for round 2 was too much for Mineta to handle, and he would have committed suicide. Good riddance. For the people who like Mineta, okay, I'm sorry for killing him off. I just need Izuku to get anger somehow, and this was the only way, and plus I kind of enjoyed watching Mineta die in my head. So yes, and I'm not psychotic. Probably. Anyway, so we will now go to the the internships. Momo would have went with Gran Torino, and Gran Torino would teach her more about the Quirks and more about One for All. And Izuku, he would have went with Night Eye. In the Eri case, what happened a lot sooner with Eri jumping and leaving, and Izuku would have seen this and seen how scared she was, and this would just give him flashbacks of when he was a kid being experimented on, and this would have made him go dog shit. Sorry for the curse, but this is the only way I know how to express how Deku's feeling right now.
I told you I'm gonna
The rage, the sadness, the happiness that he has his girl now, all these emotions, and well, sadness would unlock, making him stronger, and well,
sorry.
and sadness basically does unlock the ability, like, he's able to boost up his morale, his tolerance of pain, all of that, make no pain, and basically speed up, make his body stronger for 10 minutes, that's the ability he gained, and in that 10 minutes, he would have been wrecking overhauls. He would overhaul me using a lot of spikes, and lots of spikes, but Izuku would not be having any of it, and would have backhanded Overhaul so hard that Overhaul's mask would break and Overhaul would be splat on the ground. And when Eri would not be looking, and then Izuku would say to Eri, were there any other people hurting you? He said, everyone in that building, sir. And Izuku would say, which building? And then she would point him to the building, and then he would just put her on the back, and then he'll feel that rewind on her. But it would do nothing since Quirk made time stop on him. And Eri would be scared to touch him, but he would just say, nothing can kill me since time stopped on me a long time ago. And well, she would have said, my Quirk is called Rewind. It now allows me to rewind anything, so I'm scared to touch you. But he'll just let her touch him, and well, nothing will happen, and he'll say, you see Eri? And well, I'm making this happen. Eri's gonna get adopted by Izuku because of plot convenience. Yes. Mirio would be traumatized. He would get therapy because he just saw the most gruesome massacre he's ever seen. And Eri would be laughing at the dead corpse of the people who's wronged her. Kidding. Probably. She laughed at Shizaki's death, yes. She looked at him and was kind of sad, but then was like, thank you, sir, for killing that bad man. And he'll be like, remember, Eri, it's good to kill a person if they're bad. And Mirio would be like, no, it's not. You do not need to be a parent. And then he would just give Mirio this death stare. And Mirio will shut up. And just teach Eri. You say, Eri, I'm going to adopt you. Have any objections to that? And you say, no, sir. And well, that would have happened. So he brought Eri back to his house. And well, this is the conversation that would go down with the Yakurozus. The Yakurozus, Momo would be like, no, Izuku, where have you been? He said, Izuku, how's your internship? Cause let's say they have a day off. Let's say it's like the weekend. He's like, my internship was good. And look at my new daughter. He's like, daughter? But you don't have kids. You don't have kids. And I have kids with you. He said, oh no, she's adopted and she was experimented on. And she's like, what? She knows about what happened to Izuku getting experimented on. And so she'll she'll say, you got her because she got experimented on. Yeah, and also guess what her quirk is? And well, the Yakurozu parents would perk up at this, cause, well, they want to know what their grandchild basically's quirk is. And he said her quirk is called Rewind, and whatever she touches will literally rewind. Like, let's say like an apple which is rotten, she can rewind it all the way back to where it was not even eaten or rotten at all. And the Yakurozu and Momo, they will say, wow, that's a really strong quirk. And well, that's how Eri got into a family. And the Yakurozus will just be happy because they always wanted a granddaughter, and Aries was so nice. Anyway, so now they're going back to school, and Izuku just has Eri on his just giving Eri a piggyback ride with Eri just jumping around on his neck. And well, Izuku just brings her into the class, sitting down right next to Momo because their seats are right next to each other. And well, in the middle of class, just giving Eri to Momo, and Momo just taking care of the kid. Anyway, so everyone will be like, "Who's that?" And then Izuku explained who's Eri, and then they ask, "How'd you get her?" And then Aizawa asks, "How did you get her? how did you get her? And then he'll say, I want Grim Reaper on them. And Aizawa would just say, okay, that's enough information for me, because he's not trying to deal with a guy who can murder him. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to. I just remember something that I skipped over: the heroes versus villains, which will be happening now. And the reason they didn't do it earlier was because I said so and I forgot. I am sorry. I'm sorry for being ignorant. Eri will be watching from inside the teacher's lounge, and well, the team will be Izuku and Momo versus Bakugo and Ida. And I'll like to say, I'll have to change up something. Momo and Izuku are not dating, they like each other, but Momo's dating Todoroki and Izuku's dating Uraraka. And something's about to happen to make Izuku like a new emotion. Get my drift? Anyway. So this is what would have happened. Izuku would just get on a cloud, grab Momo, they'll both be on the cloud, and then Izuku would just go full on Zeus on them. He'll just grab lightning bolts and just be throwing down that lightning, and he'll just do two lightning bolts at Bakugo and Ida, paralyzing them, and then he'll just go and touch the bomb. And Momo will create canceling handcuffs after they got like the things, and like they just bring them all the way back, and well, that'll be it, and it will be perfect. And All Might will say that was a perfect run. That was perfect. And Momo will say, that was perfect. Good job, Izuku. And well, everyone can see this, that they like this her, but except Momo and Uraraka. Anyway, because they weren't there, they finished their things and then they went somewhere else. Anyway, Momo and Deku and Izuku would be walking to a dorm, because let's say that there was a dorm, there's 4 people, and Uraraka, Todoroki, Deku, and Momo shared, like there's like their dorms were right next to each other, like a hall away. Like at the end of the hall, like 2 ends of the hall. Anyway, so Izuku will say, he will look into his room and say, Uraraka's not there, and they know that Uraraka and Todoroki are friends, so they would go to Todoroki's room, and that's where we was seen Uraraka and Todoroki cheating. And well, this would have awakened all of his emotions for a short period of time, and his hair would go up, every quirk would just be flaring, and Momo, the rage of every All For One user would be furious, and she would have went 1,000,000%. And they would just see 2 basically gods just pissed right in front of them, and then Uraraka would be like, oh hey Izuku-kun, and she would just see the power resonating from Izuku, and the rage in his eyes, and every emotion, and like she would be pooping her pants of fear. But this is going to be the end of part 1 of what Izuku was experimenting on, and the next part of where Uraraka and Todoroki get brutally beaten will not be happening right now. And I also forgot to say that they will be getting betrayed, so get ready for that. Oh god, that's going to be beautiful.